are streaming now. Everything is looking good, and we are finally streaming on Instagram. Instagram, are you with us? Are you with us, Instagram? This is the VeganSteven podcast. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. This is live. This is the sound of silence. This is the VeganSteven podcast. Is the phone shitting itself? I think it is. It's finding it hard to cope under the pressure of being live under the VeganSteven podcast, but you know what? We're all getting through it. How are you getting on? This is live. This is not a drill. We're going to be going super duper live, triple D HD any moment. Okay, I can confirm that we are live on all platforms. And now it is time to begin. The coveted, the gorgeous, the fictional, the everlasting, the king of hype, the king of consistency. Please welcome to the stage. It is the man, the myth, the legend, the controversy, king of headlines. He does all the things. He does this, he does that. Does he... Alright, the print's not getting any bigger. Boom. VeganSteven is a fictional character. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. All characters, even in this show, even those based on real people, are entire... Wait, I can do this way better. Hang on. This will be way better like this. Hang on. Okay, here we go. VeganSteven is a fictional character. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. All characters and events in this show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. Celebrity voices are impersonated poorly, and the following program contains coarse language and should not be viewed by anyone. That's way better, isn't it? Fuck, they should do that in the end of the ads. Do you know that bit where they go like, oh, if you take more than one paracetamol, you're gonna die. Man, fear is absolutely bonkers, isn't it? It's fucking bonkers. Here I am, delighted to be here, and I was fucking terrified to press the big red go button. I was hemming and hawing. I was like, will I go for super fast pace podcast? Because the morning espresso, that's what the VeganSteven listeners need to get themselves pumped up in the day, or will I go for that smooth jam, which is a smooth jam in the morning. The time is 11:35. It is the 25th of the 11th. That's quackity... No, it's not. Quackity quack's 22, isn't it? I don't know what 1-1 is. Two skinny ladies or something. Because I think two fat ladies is like 8-8. I don't know. I'm doing bingo talk. I'm doing the inside bingo talk. Oh, that's nice. I'm drinking a nice pint of coffee here, by the way. When some people come to my gaff in the morning, they're like, Jesus, it's a bit early for the Guinness. I know you're an Irish stereotype and all that. I'm like, yes, I am drinking Guinness. But in fact, this is like a triple espresso with chocolate milk. I don't really want to advertise my chocolate milk, but soy chocolate milk, it's the bomb. It's the bomb. Will VeganSteven be opening up his own, fucking thing for milk? Probably. Who knows? Alright, here we go. Whew. The primary thing we'll be talking about today is Irish Mammies. I was going to build it up a bit more. I have a list of stuff to talk about today. We're like triple booked today. I got a list of topics here to talk today. I can read them out for you if you want. And I was thinking, fuck, we might skip the news today. News is a bit loud of shite, isn't it? But, we're going to dip into business news, alright? So how's that work? Ideally, I know I've made mistakes telling the news, but baby, I can change. Just give me one more chance. Alright, I know I've made mistakes. I know I've made mistakes telling the news before. There was him and Han about will VeganSteven get someone else to read out the news. There was people writing in saying fucking can we do some kind of WhatsApp thing where we say, you know, like the fucking thing on the WhatsApp there, and then you just press play. And there was talk of me reading software. But personally, I just find it absolutely hilarious just looking at the mad shit that people are saying is going on today, and just exploding with laughter. I don't know why. It just... I'm so out of touch with the news. Last night I was thinking, will I do some research for the podcast on the news? And then I was like, fuck no, I'm not doing research for the news, because it spills. It's like retelling a joke then, isn't it? It's like trying to recreate magic instead of letting the actual magic bang happen right here, right now. Sure, it's more scary reading it like a big silly person, like everyone looks like a flippin' idiot at certain angles. Oh, I just saw Robin outside. He's having a class time. I saw this Robin before. He's gone. I saw this. Do you ever notice that when you're digging and robins just start appearing like your best mate? They're like, oh, how you getting on? And then you're like, oh, robins are fucking gorgeous. I want an army of robins, you know. I was just looking all over for my sunglasses, and there they fucking are. Gotta stay on brand. I should probably be wearing them right now, but I don't know. I find it harder to. I think it kind of creates a disconnect, you know, when you can't see someone's eyes. So I don't know. I'll try to wear them more often. These aren't the exact glasses that I want. I'm doing a hybrid between aviators and some other glasses, and then some other twist. All the stuff's in the works. VeganSteven hats are €100. What's the hat look like? What's it made of? It doesn't fucking matter. It'll be worn for one episode. It'll be signed by the man, the myth, the legend, the king of consistency, VeganSteven. Selling you confidence, baby. Selling you sweet, sweet confidence. Okay, we are currently live on YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, all the things. Shit, I should probably have more coffee. I'm trying to figure out the pace, you know, of the show. Do I want to be like, hey, because that's kind of irritating. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, almost comes across as not confident. If someone's talking real fast and just like, oh, gee, what's this, guys? And then the other one's like real fucking slow and chill, bro. Which is kind of standard podcast or whatever. But listen, we're here at the forefront, the cutting edge of entertainment news. So we'll see what happens. We're all about cooking vibes here. This is the VeganSteven podcast, the number one vegan podcast promoting positive mental health. It's not just for vegans, it's every day. I'm your host, VeganSteven. So I was digging a big hole out there in the garden, you know, some robins. And man, I gotta tell you, 90% of podcasting has to just be staying relaxed. Fuck me. Just staying relaxed lasts me 90%. But like, I've only done 30 podcasts in my life, and they're all in the playlist. Never done podcasts before. Pretty much, like I've done podcasts, but not to this level of quality and consistency and all the rest of it. Sure, who knows? But yeah, it's just mad. Like, it's just mad confidence. Staying relaxed, the absolute power that it gives you is crazy. It can make you a podcast presenter. Just with confidence, like no skills. I've no skills, just confidence. It's absolutely bananas. Alright, so yeah, robins, man. You're digging a hole, one robin shows up and you're like, fuck, I love robins. And you start chatting away to him. Oh, Mr. Robin, how you getting on? With Peter Rabbit around and all that stuff. And then you're like, oh, little friend, you're having a go with the worms and stuff. He's a little chance of robin. And then bam, another robin shows up and he's like, he gets the look of murder in his eyes, and he's there chasing the other robins. Fucking hate other robins with a passion. They have no time for other robins. They're like, get the fuck out of they become fucking murderers, which everything is. Do you know that way? Right. That's why a lot of extreme thinking about on any level, like even veganism and stuff, it just kind of doesn't really make sense, because birds, I don't know, you can just look at a robin as like a metaphor for life. Like, they only live 1 year or something. They get up mad early to eat a load of worms, if they break anything in their, anything goes wrong, they fucking die. And they're absolutely loving life. Up every morning, bit of rain, no bother. We'll get a few worms, we'll have the crack. Oh, there's a lad with a shovel, we'll have a chat, see what he's up to. Oh, there's that prick down the road, oh, Tom Robin, I'm Mr. Kevin Robin, our families are at war or something. Just, it's mad, because that's just how we are as well. I know people always get annoyed when I make these big generalisations and shit. Got the camera down low, so I'm trying to adjust to that today. Anyway, sure look. Let me know how you find these new angles, man. Got a wide angle lens on the laptop and a kind of a closer up. What are we on? A 28mm lens for the big boy. But robins, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Alright, that's not going to get to the point, okay? I got a list of topics here which I'm not arsed talking about, because fuck it. We might look into them later. I'm trying to keep this, cooking vibes here. I'm conveying feelings and emotions, and but in a motivational way, hopefully. That's my agenda. People are always asking me what my agenda is. That's my fucking agenda. Get people motivated, alright? There you are. Alright, here we go. So, Daniel Radcliffe, as we all know, hasn't done anything good since the 80s. Now, he rang me up last night out of the blue, and he goes, listen, I need something off you. It's a bit weird. Can I borrow your mum? And I was like, Daniel Radcliffe, you're no Ron Weasley. Not gonna happen. If Ron Weasley rang me up, we'd be talking, but Daniel Radcliffe, I don't know, man. I didn't like him in that film, The Black Woman, or whatever that's called, the ghost woman of that one where the woman has the sheet over her for the whole thing. She pretends she's a ghost. I don't know, man. Daniel Radcliffe, he smokes cigarettes. I don't know what's he hiding. Anyway, listen, he rings me up and goes, listen, VeganSteven, big fan of the show, can I get 2 hats? And I go, listen, Daniel Radcliffe, it's 1 per customer, 1 hat per customer. They're going up to €200 in fucking 6 months. Buy now. You can only reserve 1. Anyway, listen, Daniel Radcliffe's there, he's having the crack. He said, listen, can I buy your mum? I said, fine. As we got into it, because Irish mammies, everybody wants an Irish mammy. Okay, why? Because they're the absolute best in the world. You could go on a killing spree, shoot up your school, and no, okay, that maybe that's a bit far. You could murder someone, and your mum would say, sure, the other lad probably deserved it. Sure, my VeganSteven wouldn't do anything to anyone. They always think that their son is the fucking best. That's why Irish mammies are the number 1 biggest demand. People want Irish mammies all over the world. People want them. Dubai are trying to import Irish mammies. They're like, listen, we want the world's best mammies. We have the world's best racehorses, and we want the world's best mammies. Australia's trying to import Irish mammies. They're Ireland's number 1 export, as far as I believe. It used to be milk and dairy, but now it's Irish mammies. Everyone wants them because they're the best. They listen, they tuck you in at night, they tell you a bedtime story. They're good. They stand up for you. They always think the sun shines out your arse and all that. Sometimes they'll cook you a meal here and there if you're lucky, and sometimes randomly they'll wash your socks for you. Irish mammies are the best. Cup of tea, no bother, there you are, Irish mammies. So listen, went through my list of stuff, right? Marriage, how's that going? Marriage is going well. Business, how's that going? Grand. Business is popping. Spirituality, brilliant. How's that going? Yeah. And then I was like, listen, I've been letting my Irish mammy slip, so decided to put the work into the relationship bank, Me and the mammy went out in the town last night. We went on the beer. One Irish lad and one Irish mammy. We went out in the town, and it was fucking great crack. I went up to the barman and I said, listen, I'll have one beer for myself, and I'll have one old what the old women drink. And he was like, you'd be looking at port or you'd be looking at brandy. And I said, go on, give us a hot one of those. Which one? And I pointed over to my mum. I was like, which one do you think she'd want? Like, and he's like, I'd say that looks like a woman who's I'd say it's a safe bet she'd be after the brandy herself now. She wouldn't touch the port. I said, right, grand, give me one of your finest ports. Let's go. So we're sitting down in this castle, which I'm not going to mention the name of, and got the full spread. Full spread, we're talking wedges, chips, crisps, just solid potatoes, some potatoes cut in half. Everything you could possibly want in a dinner was there, and pints all over the place. Just me and the mammy. Talking about fucking Greek philosophers. Chatting about recyclable dumpster diving. Talking about dumpster diving at length, and I was saying, oh jeez, I've dumpster dived in celebrity dumpsters before. There's this, I don't know if I can really say the name of the person, but she's like an Irish socialite, and her name might begin with Bonnie, and she caught me going through her bin because she gets a lot of free shit, because I walk my dog, which is called Bonnie as well, or whatever. And she started coming up, giving out to me. She's a bit of a celebrity. She was like, what are you doing to my bin? No, she's very nice, but she just told me to go away, basically. And I was like, come on Bonnie, let's go. But and I got a load of I got a load of rad, like, unopened makeup and shit, and I gave it to the female I was seeing at the time or whatever. That doesn't matter. But do you know just when you're walking by a bin or something, you're just like, fuck, there's a load of unopened, like, sealed perfume and makeup here, like mint condition, because she was some podcaster or something. I was like, taking this, and then the lady came out. I was like, oh, do you mind, like, not littering? She was very nice. I was just, I don't know, it was a bit awkward, you know, when someone catches you looking through their bin, it's a bit awkward. So but basically I was walking my dog, and I was like, come on Bonnie, come on, let's go, let's get out of here. And the person whose bin it was, his name is also Bonnie, okay? So that's the funny thing. I was like, sorry, I'll be come on, but so the podcaster must have been like, this lad, how does he know what my name is? Because I didn't know who the person's name. I knew they were a celebrity, but I didn't know who their actual name was and shit. But I knew. Oh, so there you are. That's my dark past. I've gone through many a celebrity's bin. Looking for, like, unopened, if preferably unopened stuff. I don't know what it is. Just people love it when you give them new shit. Like, if I give someone, like, a box full of makeup unopened, they're just like, oh, class. But if you give someone, like, an open box of makeup, they're like, oh, okay, where'd you get it? Or I don't know. Who knows? But Irish Mammies, man, how good are they? The thing is, right, I've never drank with my mum ever in my life, ever, or my dad. So it was really strange, you know, like, going to the pub and drinking with my mum, because I never ever. I know I'm not even a big. I'm not a good boy. Like, I'm a bit of a bad boy, but I'm not. Alcohol's not my chosen drug or whatever. And yeah, I don't know, it's just mad. Just sitting down chatting with your mum, like, chatting about philosophy, chatting about all sorts of stuff. It's just crazy. It was just crazy just hanging out with someone, like, somebody helped raise you as what's that thing called? Yeah, You get the idea. It's hanging out with your parents, man. How goes that? Well, basically, yeah, Irish mums. Generally, if you're up for murder, that your mum will just rat on you or something and say, listen, yada yada yada. But if you have an Irish mammy, your Irish mammy will say, listen, the other lad deserved it. He probably deserved it, and so on. And women, yeah, I'm talking about you, women. Women hate Irish mammies because Irish mammies always kind of they're the best kind of mother-in-law, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. When I always know, just from all my mates and stuff, there's always issues between the Irish mammies, and if the girlfriend's not from Ireland, they don't really understand the whole Irish mammy thing. So if the girl's not from Ireland, there's often a banging of heads between the Irish mammy and the new thing, because in Ireland it's kind of a culture for the mother to linger around the especially the male of the young family, just kind of like mammy the son or whatever. I don't know, just lolling to myself here. There's like loads of like images in some people's heads of Ireland and so on with it. Like you'd have like, here's like a stereotype of like an Irish mammy or whatever. There'd be some lad there in his like 50s with his like Christmas jumper on, sitting down in front of the couch, and he's eating like sausages and mash, and the gas blaring, and he's like, "Mom, will you put on the tea there or something?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get you a cup of tea there or something." I don't know. Just being like the most lovely people ever. Have you ever heard of that character Mrs. Doyle in Father Ted? That's a little bit like an Irish mammy. A little bit. Oh, Mrs. Doyle in Father Ted. They're just very good, like, they're just very good. Even if you don't have a good Irish mammy, they're still top quality. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just hard to, it's like, what is it like? It's like having like a race car. Like, even if you don't have a good race car, it's still a fucking race car. Do you know what I mean? That's what, like, you know, some Irish mammies like a few pints or whatever they're into. But yeah. But basically what I'm trying to say is, last night, me and my mum let each other's guard down and went drinking with each other for the first time ever, and spoke to each other like men. To men. Yeah, it's just absolutely bonkers, man. So I'd highly recommend it, going out for a drink with your mum. I was on the bus once, right, and there was this guy, Irish, this guy or whatever, and I'm just going to do a rough impression of him. This is all hearsay, this is a fictional character I'm made up or whatever. Lad on the bus, and he was saying, I don't want to do the accents, because then it's not funny though if I don't do the accents. My struggle with being politically correct. I'm constantly struggling with it. Alright, listen, here's how it went. There was this lad at the back of the bus, and he was saying, he was talking about his night in. Do you know the way I just said, listen, I had one drink out with my mum, right? We're celebrating. Went to Castle and all that. Had the fucking business, right? Had the food, all the rest of it. That was our idea of going out, you know, like celebrating and all that. Grand. This guy's idea of going out and celebrating was, I was hanging out with my mum last night. We watched, We watched X Factor on the television in the living room, right? So once again, this guy, I just overheard this in the bus. He was shouting over the whole bus. And I had a class light in last night. He was there watching how are we getting on? He's there watching this fucking people waving at me. Alright, anyway, there's people, sorry, concentrate, my love. He was there, I'm getting so shy right now. Oh no. Okay, confidence time, here we go. He was there doing cocaine with his mum on the living room table while watching X Factor, which is like a singing show, variety show. Isn't that crazy? Can you imagine doing hard class A drugs with your mum? while watching like boring TV show. It's absolutely gas. I don't know. And then he said, then the story got a bit sad after that. He was saying like, his mom is schizophrenic and he's been doing blueies, which is some kind of downer since he was a kid, just because they're in the house like. So there's his mom was under a lot of medication. He used to steal his mom's medication, and then he went in like. He kept going on about how no one's seen the real Dublin. The real Dublin's not like near the Spire. He said the real Dublin's out in the slums, and this is what he said. He was going on about real Dublin's like real hard. And when I say hard, I mean like not much money, a lot of crippling drug problems, a lot of heroin, and all that stuff. But Irish Mammies, top notch. As I said, #1 export of Ireland, Irish Mammies. Yeah. So let's crack with that. I kind of want to read out a YouTube comment. I got one comment, and it was just kind of interesting. It was, hopefully I'm not naming and shaming this person by doing this. I don't know. I guess it's public, isn't it? If they commented on my YouTube video, like, they know it's public, so fuck it. It was just, I like to, anytime someone puts, a big bit of effort into the old, how you getting on? Anytime someone puts a big lot of effort into, like reaching out, I like to make a fool of them and read it out on the show. I'm just playing. Alright. Man, Shoe Nice is really good, isn't it? Sorry, Shoe Nice is this character who eats, it's Shoe Nice. He eats Anthem like it's out there. Does anybody know how to... Okay, here we go. This may not make a whole lot of sense, but I'm just kind of trying to read it out. Oh my god. This person has written about 3 paragraphs of YouTube commenting. Alright, so I have this video of me beatboxing, okay? It's called VeganSteven Vegan Pop Improvised Vocals, okay? You check it out if you want, who cares? It's 38,000 views. And 3 days ago, she edited it. Damn, she edited it 3 days ago. Damn. So who knows what she actually said? But fuck. 3 days ago, okay. It's there for anyone who wants to read it. I'm just trying to, I just want to let you guys know that if you guys like put some effort in, it will be seen on some level. It may not be read out, but your voice will be looked at and hopefully read out on the show. Who knows if you're that lucky person. Here we go. So E.M. Burke. Okay, picture of her there with the cat. Can't see her face. Here we go. So once I already said it's just a video of me beatboxing. Okay, nothing mad. And she says, "It's so weird to find someone who is vegan and running vocals through guitar effects pedals. I've been trying to run vocals through guitar effects processor." Okay, I think that bit's important. Just kind of technical stuff. I definitely need a preamp. Okay, here we go. She's getting into the meat. That's the first paragraph. There's 2 more to go. Flip my itchy balls. Okay, just gonna keep going. This camera just turned off. It's gonna keep reading. Jeepers, how do I read and do technical stuff at the same time? No one understands how hard it is being VeganSteven. Oh, it's the gorgeous Babby. How you getting on, Babby? Do you have any questions? Babby will hopefully be making an appearance on the show to talk about what it's like going to a different country for the first time and moving from your home country. Maybe. She's very expensive, so I don't know how much she's going to charge for the guest appearance, but we'll see. You know what these talents are like. They're hard to finance. I'm having the multitask fail right now. Okay, here we go. I'll have to set up a fresh one. You just gotta talk amongst yourselves there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we're back. Okay, we're back. Here we go. As far as vegan, I'm not quite there yet. I was vegan for a while in 2015, 2016, but then went back to being vegetarian. I eventually ate poultry again. I don't eat beef or pork at all. I am debating on passing on turkey this Thanksgiving. It makes me sad to see all the frozen turkeys while shopping. So that's probably a good sign that I shouldn't eat it. I'm working on being vegan or at least plant-based again. I dumpster dive, so even though I have a vegan mentality, I also feel like I should take things that have dairy in them because an animal had to suffer for it. I usually cook the meat I find while dumpster diving for my dog and cat, so it isn't a waste of suffering. Okay. So that's what M. Burke says, and I think I responded just with something. It doesn't really matter what I said. You get the idea. I'll give it an extra like for the crack. Okay, I can't see my comment. Who knows what I said? But I just said something along the lines of, it sounds like you're doing your best, and well done. I don't really know much about dumpster diving, or like obviously she's not ideally where she wants to be and so on, but she is doing her best, and that's all she can do right now. Like she kind of wants to be vegan and whatever. As I said, vegan's not the end of the world or whatever. It's just the best solution I could possibly find. It was the best answer, and when I find a better answer, I'll probably go along with it. Okie dokie. VeganSteven. Vegan news. All VeganSteven music is free. Podcasts are free. Merch is on its way. VeganSteven Create now. Guitars, egg shakers, all the stuff you want. Unisex t-shirts are on the way. You can currently book your VeganSteven hat. There is a long waiting list, unfortunately, but if you book soon, you're in with a better chance. And the price will be going up to €200 in the next 40 days or something. So yeah, we'll see what's coming on. Nice one. I'm happy with all that. Irish Mammies, top notch. So maybe I'll go drink with my dad sometime. I don't know if having one drink counts as going drinking, but it does for me. I asked my mum when's the last time she had a drink, and she said 2 years ago. So it's been 2 years since she had a drink. I don't know. It's just funny to me. Alright, so we're gonna touch on some. We can talk about the news any day, can't we? So we'll just skip that for now. Okay, we're doing alright. So I just have one or two topics here, and we'll see I'm just gonna read them and see what happens. You guys can say if you want to hear a bit more about them. We'll see what happens. Here we go. VeganSteven podcast, king of consistency. How you getting on? Last night I tried to watch a film called Good Morning Vietnam, and what Good Morning Vietnam is a film about Robin Williams. Is this a film review? Vietnam. It's a film. It's a film. It's definitely existed in time. All right. It has your man Robin Williams. It's out in 19. I guess I'll do a quick film review, even though I only watched the first half and fell asleep. Okay. 2 hours, 1 minute. 1987. That's the year it was out. Rotten Tomatoes, Fucking, they gave it 90%. Empire, they gave it 4.5. IMDb, they gave that 7.3. 90% of people liked this film. Film's called Good Morning Vietnam. It has a lot of pictures of him shouting away. It's an American comedy, a war film written by Mitch Markovich, directed by Barry Levinstein, set in Saigon in 1965. Okay. Is it a real story? I don't know. Loosely based on experiences of someone being a radio DJ. Okay. So a lot of it was improvised as regards the dialogue. Aaron, a disc jockey, goes to Vietnam to work for the Armed Air Force radio. While he becomes popular among troops, his superiors disapprove his humour. Alright, so it's just like being at school and being the class clown. All the teachers are going, "No, you can't say that," and he's like, "But everyone here is clearly laughing their head off, and you're trying to tell me that they're not laughing? They're clearly laughing. Like, what's the disconnect here?" And like, "Yeah, but it used to be done this way, so sure you're doing it." Anyway, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? The film was very good. I watched it. The first half, fell asleep. I watched the film, like a few times when I was younger. So I watched it because Robin Williams is one of the greatest comedians of all time. Fun fact. I was mad sad when he died. He unfortunately, a lot of it's kind of a burden of the trade of being in the comedy business. A lot of people, entertainers in general, a lot of them end up killing themselves because people see people real happy for like an hour, 2 hours a day, or whatever it is, and then they don't see them being mad depressed for the other 8 hours. Look at Robbie Williams, well, he's still alive, thank fuck, and this Lady Gaga, Kurt Cobain. Yeah, it just kind of comes with the territory, but you're no biggie. We're staying on track. That's the mental health thing, though, is what I'm saying, is things aren't always what they seem. So I just made it relevant to my podcast. Anyway, yeah. And Robin Williams had all sorts of issues with alcohol and cocaine at different times of his life, and women and all sorts of stuff. He's one of my favourite people of all time, though, so suck a dick. Box office, 123 million, so it did well. So it's just about some lad. He's I just watched it because I was like, I'll pick up some tips for I'm doing the podcast thing right now with you guys, and because I was concerned, I was speaking I was being too random, and there was too much form. There wasn't enough format to the stories and stuff, but I think that just helps convey the energy. Do you know what I mean? I think that it better conveys that energy and motivation if it's just like as opposed to logic. It's more of an emotional experience, I think, than a logical experience. How do you guys feel? So that was really inspiring because it's a classic film, and he's a classic, and he just improvised a lot of stuff, and he talked a little bit faster than I am right now, maybe. And he did some of the things I do, like where and that's just Zeus knocking on the door. I told him yesterday we're taking a few days off, little stuff like that, and all that good stuff, So man, I want to drink more coffee. Alright, so business news. So hopefully this will be a new segment, just 1 minute per day. Do you know? If you just spend 1 minute a day, think about business. Business is boring, but it's one of those things. If you don't cut your grass, you're gonna have a load of grass in your back garden. So it's just one of those things. Like it's like washing your teeth. You got to take care of business, so you'll be fucking poor. Sozzy. Oh jeez, coffee's good, isn't it? Alright, here we go. RTEnews.ie. It says business news, right? I just typed it into Google and just clicked news. So apparently this is kind of related to where I live and all that stuff. Alright, here we go. Brexit hiatus. Has a picture of some woman's arse there. She's on the phone like this. Like, I don't know. It's not a good angle for anyone. Here we go. Brexit hiatus lifts customers and business confidence. I don't know. Fear, change is coming. Change, and things will be different. Things will be not be the same, and you need to be afraid of those things that will not be the same. These are things as old as the dawn of time. Just the names of the change is coming. Change. The names of them change. Now it's Brexit, and Brexit is change. Yeah, I don't know, man. If you study a little bit of history, and you might be a lad. RT.ie 12 hours ago. Brexit hiatus. Customer and business confidence. Alright, so they must be putting the old pause button on the Brexit. Who knows? As I said, I think Brexit is just some kind of publicity stunt, so, because, whatever. The index, registered, I don't care, sorry. Moving on. 18 hours ago, Business Week, white collar crime and Eurotourism conferences, I think. There's a picture of some lad there. He's on a playground. He's about 4 years old. He looks like he's having a great time. He does not have, I'm sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, he does not have the VeganSteven seal of approval headgear on. He just has a regular hard hat. He does not have the coveted VeganSteven hat, unfortunately. And it says the rate of tourism sustainability is based on the number of factors. Environmental impact, of course. No one gave a fuck about the environment before. Now it's a new fucking buzzword, you know. And everyone's good as long as they lower their fucking heating by 1%. Oh, there's suddenly a good person. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just being moody. Don't mind me. Let's keep it up. So yeah, Good Morning Vietnam, really good film. I liked it. I know I only watched half of it, but I watched it twice before when I was a kid. I didn't really know what it was about. I still don't. But there's a good few laughs in it. Very quick wit. I like it. Okay, here we go. Guardian, 27 minutes ago. Shit, Guardian doesn't fuck around. 27 minutes ago. This is the kind of commitment to news that VeganSteven listeners require. VeganSteven is, of course, at the forefront of cutting-edge entertainment news today. Entertainment news. Here we go. UK retail sales stabilise. Some kind of exclamation thing, and then it says German confidence rise. Some weird thing that says Hong Kong ... Does this headline make sense? No. We have a picture. We have a blurry picture. They didn't even bother putting up like a picture that was like. They just whacked up like some kind of shitty JPEG and stretched the fuck out of it. The picture's all like, who is doing this? Okay, sorry. I just end up looking for perfectionism and everything. The pictures maybe that's a trick though. Do you know? Maybe putting up a blurry pictures. Yeah, maybe that's a trick that they're like, they put up a blurry picture so that people, what was that? They can't really see it, and then they click into it and see what it is. But the pictures are horrifically bad, like. They're really bad. They're super close up and super blurry. Are they just absolute tards? Or is it some kind of, business masterstroke? I'm going to go with absolute. I'm going to say someone started doing it who was really big by accident and everyone's like, I don't know. I don't know anything about the industry, so who knows. Okay, here we go. 30 under 30, it says, has a load of white people wearing suits, and it says load of whiteys wearing suits, and it says 30 under 30, the best and brightest of Ireland's rising ... Independent.ie, 24th of November, which was yesterday. Okay, from AI to milking sheep. Jesus, I was not expecting that. Alright, they got me. AI and milking sheep. I'm in. I'm listening to wherever this is going. Get your socks. I hope you have it on a second pair of socks, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, because your first pair of socks just got blown off by that. AI and milking. Put on another pair of socks, ladies and gentlemen, before I read the rest of this, and tie up your shoes, because your socks would be flowing off out the window. Here we go. 30 under 30, the best and brightest of Ireland's rising ... Here we go. From AI to milking sheep, some of the youthful leaders of our most exciting firms gathered at Dublin's Dean Hotel at Sean Park. So I was going to be like, oh, why are all these people, why are all these sheep milkers fucking white and get all racial, but they're all Irish, so we're generally quite white because there's no sun in Ireland. Who knows? Alright, moving on. Oh, you can't say there's no sun in Ireland. Oh, that's discrimination. Fuck off. Here we go. Big Red Barn. Final Lands something. National Small Business Awards. Man, I just got stuck in business news. This is like... Alright, fuck it. This is the first day we've ever looked at business news. We'll just fucking go with it. We'll just see what happens, alright? We'll just see what happens. Here we go. A nice blurry picture there. No idea what's going on. There's a bit of a truck, and then it said barn. It says Red Barn, and there's a big truck driving into it, okay? No idea what's going on. Blurry picture. They're having the crack 22 hours ago. This could be anything. This is called like Connacht Telegraph. What is Connacht Telegraph? Who the fuck knows? I feel this could literally all be a prank and I would be none the wiser. Okay, we're moving on. So I'm literally like an alien here. Like, I'm looking at this for the first time. I've never looked at business news. I generally only go with classic tried and true methods, not like... Anyway, look, the finalists of SFA National Small Business Awards 2020, I'm running for Pope 2020 by the way, can I count your vote, have officially announced some 41 companies, I don't know what the fuck they're on about, it sounds boring, merch, I got, want to buy merch on the brain, here we go, much of UK business to like in Troy manifesto, says Institute. Okay, breaking news.ie 19 hours ago. There's a picture of a load of feckin' buildings. They're high in the sky, fair play to them. Building leaders in the UK said there was a desperate need to help firms invest as they welcomed Tony Troy commitments on issues rising. Man, this is painfully boring. Like, Financial Times. Okay, I've heard that Financial Times is where people... It's one of those things that, you know, like dickheads have... you know, those rich people and you're like, oh, how did they get all the money? They must have fucked someone over. That's kind of a myth, by the way. For some reason, people seem to think that all rich people are like used car salesmen or something. Anyway, keep going. Business welcomes pro-enterprise Troy manifesto but seeks... Alright, so I don't know what this pro-enterprise or this Troy manifesto lad is. They just have a picture of some owl lad. He's shaking his hand up in the air. He's wearing a suit. He's a bit bald. He's rocking a good look. He has a nice tie on. He's a business chef according to... Oh man, 16 hours ago at The Guardian. Alright, moving on. We have another lad. He's in a suit. He doesn't look like he's having a good day. I'll say one thing about these business lads. They all have shocking hair. But really nice suits. So how does that work? Dublin business fate rate hike over funding row. I think they need to bring VeganSteven hats into the business world, man. Then no one would have to worry about their hair day. VeganSteven has a bad hair day every day, but you never know, because VeganSteven's the king of consistency. He hides his feelings underneath his hat. You know what I mean. All right, moving on. 10 years of scholarships. Scholarships low shide. Sorry, I'm just a lad talking here, so don't take what I'm saying seriously. Here we go. Oh, here we go. 10 years of scholarships with awards for court. Okay, fair play to them. We have another lad here. He looks annoyed. He's wearing a suit. It says, opening quote. This is Financial Times again 3 years ago. Business backs to Troyes. Shock. It says shock. So there's some shocking going on. Because they told us it's shocking. Okay, so we're finishing up business news any second. Here we go. British business has been banging on about this is very casual language. Banging on about wanting Brexit vote 3 years ago. Okay, something about Conservatives. Man, the news is fierce boring, isn't it? Fuck me. The news is just about a whole lot of people being indecisive. Alright, what's happening in the world today? A lot of people being indecisive and not agreeing on things because of personal alright, listen, what do I know? I've been drinking too much coffee. I'm just a lad in the shed reading the news, alright, so calm the fuck down. Alright, we're going out to Russia today. Oh, class! Now here's a bit of action. Oh, this is really good. There's a lad, he's just throwing a pack of donuts on the ground. This is fucking brilliant. There's like some army officer throwing a pack of donuts on the ground, and then there's this lad who's like, I almost made fun of a prophet there. I have to be very careful about my making fun of prophets. A lad is just throwing his fish and chips on the ground. He's outside his church or something, and some lad is like, there's two lads, saying, maybe the lad stole his chips is what all I'm assuming here is there's a Caucasian gentleman outside a church and he's eating a packet of chips there, and then two lads come by and they're just like, here, listen, they're my chips, and they're starting to kick the shit out of them, right? Two of them. So listen, who knows what happened. I'm going to tell you right now. That's the video I'm looking at. We're going to tell you what's happening now. This is shit hot news. VeganSteven at the front line of reporting. Lad is losing his fish and chips. Russia today news. Let's find out what's going on. Here we go. Today on VeganSteven podcast. 25th of November 2019, 7:48. This is Russia today. Here we go. And this is the video we're talking about. Here we go. Pakistan summons Norwegian ambassador aimed outcry over Korean burning at rally in Kristiansand. Okay? Who knows what that means? Here we go. Gonna keep going. This looks great. They're still outside the church. There's some protesting going on. Islamabad expressed deep concern, that's a quote, and launched a diplomatic action over the burning of the Korean in Norway, while the man who tried to save the book earned high praise on Pakistani social media. Okay, now to be honest, I do not understand that. Oh, do you know what? It wasn't a bag of chips. It wasn't a bag of chips at all. It was actually a book that was on fire. And two Pakistani gentlemen, it was nothing to do with a pack of chips at all. Okay? It was actually a sacred book, possibly. Something to do with Korea. Okay, I'm only guessing what happened here. I'm going off half a headline here. So who knows what actually happened. It looks like there was a Norwegian ambassador and he was burning a book, or else some Korean lad was burning a book, I don't know. Maybe he was half Norwegian, half Korean, and he was burning a book. Okay, let's go with that. I don't know what happened. There was some lad, he was half Norwegian, half Korean. He wasn't eating chips. There was no chips involved. There was never chips involved. He was burning some book, right? And then two lads from Islamabad, Pakistan. Listen, all the facts have left the building. We're literally just making up stuff at this stage. Some lad was burning a book. The other lads were not impressed. They started saying, here, you can't be burning that book, and they gave him a few slaps, alright? And then some other lads said, listen, fair play for slapping that bad. He shouldn't have been burning that book, alright? So, to summarise, one lad is burning the book. Two other lads were like, listen, you can't be burning that book. Gave him a few slaps, and then people on social media are like, fair play, that lad should not have been burning that book. Alright, there you have it. VeganSteven at the cutting edge of world news. Thank you very much. Thank you. Here we go. Military science professor. We have a big load of food. We have a big picture of food here. There's all the kind of, it's like the spread myself and my mum had last night. There's potato crisps, there's hunky dories, there's potato cakes, there's all sorts of different potatoes on the table here. Here we go. Military, this is November 25th. How you getting on? 8/18. Military science professor, just has a picture of a load of food. Military science professor sets off nuclear Twitter storm. Oh my! Nuclear Twitter storm. Fucking Jesus. Hold on to your... Ladies, hold on to your ovaries. You're about to get pregnant with words. Military science professor sets off nuclear Twitter storm by saying Americans only pretend to like terrible Indian food. Alright, man. I didn't know life could get any better, but it's... Holy Jesus, he keeps going. Led Zeppelin is somehow dragged into this. He dragged Led Zeppelin into this, alright? This is going mad. Okay, here we go. Let's kind of go from the top. So there's a big load of Indian food. At the top, Indian food is generally vegetarian and often vegan, so it's a good choice for the VeganSteven listeners. Here we go. I'm just going to read it one more time. Just military science professor sets off nuclear Twitter storm and by saying Americans only pretend to like terrible, that's a quote, Indian food. Okay, and then it goes into a little bit, half paragraph of what people's thought about and all that stuff. Here it goes. A US academician was buried under an avalanche. Jeez, this person loves just fucking in big words like marmalade. They're like, here's an 8-letter word, just fucking in for the crack. Okay, a US academician was buried under an avalanche of angry tweets after posting his opinion that Indian food was terrible and Americans who said otherwise were doing so out of conformity. He also doesn't care for Led Zeppelin. It actually says that, ladies and gentlemen. It actually just says he also doesn't care for Led Zeppelin. This is comedy gold, man. I think Russia Today is kicking Fox News. I don't know what Fox News is up to, but I think Russia Today is kicking everyone's ass. Listen, we've only got a minute and 17 seconds left. It was an absolute pleasure hanging out with you guys this morning. Irish mammies are the best. Look after your mammy. I'd highly recommend giving your mum, buying your mum an old flower, and just bringing her to the pub for one job. Alright. And that's it. No, we've got 50 seconds left. Alright, we're gonna keep going for 50 more seconds, then we're going. Alright, so moving on to the next one. we have some Irish news for the crack. Criminal shot 9 times at home in latest murder feud. So that's a thing there. And sorry, I move this over here for the crack. Okay, we're still good. Okay, so that's everything. You've all been amazing, and have a good day. Alright, so that's everything. Ooh. Goodbye.